Alright guys, welcome back to Underground Science, and in this video we'll be looking at a quick overview of the adaptive immune system, alright, also called the specific immune system. Alright, so the specific, that's not how you spell specific, sorry about that, the specific part of the immune system. So in our non-specific and innate immune system, that's what we talked about in the last video for our immune system video or playlist. This time we're going to talk about our specific or our adaptive immune system. Alright, so let's go and get started. Alright, so our specific / adaptive immune system is going to involve, now it's going to involve lymphocytes that will actually target specific antigens of a specific pathogen. Alright, so we'll look at more into that when we dive deeper into the immune system. So let's go and write this out. So our specific, so we're just going to relate or say adaptive now, all right? So our adaptive immune system is going to involve many things. So we're going to have, in our adaptive immune system, we'll see one thing that we're going to see is a humoral response. All right, a humoral response. And what's a humoral response is what we're going to look at next. So a humoral response will involve mainly our B lymphocytes. All right, so our B lymphocytes. So some examples that we should know of our B lymphocytes are going to be our plasma cells. All right, so our plasma cells, which are also called our B effector cells. All right, so plasma cells are B effector cells. And one other B lymphocyte we should know about, a class of B lymphocytes, are memory B cells. All right, so memory B cells. So those are important, right? And this is going to be again involved in our humoral response. So whenever you see a humoral response relating to adaptive immunity, just know that we're talking about B lymphocytes. And also it's good to know for later on in our immune system playlist that the main two types of B lymphocytes that we'll be looking at are plasma cells or B effector cells and memory B cells. All right, so let's go and draw over that real quick. And then, all right, so that's that. Now, another part of the adaptive immune system that we will encounter, right? So let's go and draw another arrow here, is going to be our cell-mediated response. All right, so our cell-mediated response. And let's see what our cell-mediated response consists of. So our cell-mediated response consists of our T lymphocytes. All right, so our T lymphocytes this time, not our B lymphocytes, but our T lymphocytes. All right, so our cell-mediated response involves our T lymphocytes. Some types of T lymphocytes that we should know are going to be our effector helper T cells. Just like we had B effector lymphocytes, right? Just like that, we have helper T effector cells. All right, another type of T lymphocyte we should know is our memory T helper cells. All right, so just like we have memory B cells, right? In our humoral response, we have memory T helper cells. All right, and then another cool named one is cytotoxic T cells. And there's another type of T cell that we should know another type of T lymphocyte we should know is suppressor T cells. All right, so suppressor T cells, cytotoxic T cells, memory T helper cells, and effector helper T cells. All right, so these two classes of humoral response and cell-mediated response are the main types of adaptive immunity, all right, or main types of our specific immune system, main parts of our specific immune system. All right, so this is what people refer to when they talk about the adaptive immune system. All right, just a quick review from our non-specific innate immune system part, right? If we compare it to that, to our innate immune system part, then in our innate immune system part, we talked about our stomach acid, right? We're just going to quickly list them out instead of talking about it because we talked about in the video. Our skin, right? We talked about our mucous membranes, and we talked about our certain types of phagocytes, right? Like macrophages, dendritic cells, and neutrophils. We talked about inflammation, right? That was another cool thing we saw relating to a non-specific innate immune system response. And I don't know if we talked about this, but we also have other white blood cells involved in our non-specific innate immune system, like eosinophils, right, that go and respond to allergic reactions or certain parasites. The same thing basophils do, right? So basophils. And we also have mast cells, all right, mast cells that are also involved in our innate or non-specific immune system, all right? And if you also wanted, you can also add in natural killer cells. All right, that's actually the name. It's pretty cool. Natural killer cells are really good in identifying in a non-specific innate way in identifying cells that are infected or cancerous. All right, so that's pretty cool too. So it identifies cells that are cancerous, right, or cells that are infected. All right, so natural killer cells are good in identifying cells that are cancerous and cells that are infected, and destroys the crap out of them. All right, so I don't believe that we talked about these. The eosinophils, basophils, mast cells, and natural killer cells that were also part of the innate/non-specific immune system in our innate/non-specific immune system video. But just it's good to know some extra, like we just talked about the most common ones, but these are also part of our innate/non-specific immune system part. All right, so sorry about that if I don't recall talking about it in that video. So let's highlight this as also being part of the innate, because I believe we talked about this in the video, in our innate/non-specific immune system video, but I didn't talk about this. So at least we now know the basic factors that play a role in our innate/non-specific immune system. And then this video, right, the topic of this video was the branches of our adaptive, or also called our specific immune system. Just to review before I end the videos, we have a humoral response. We're going to be dealing with the humoral response and cell-mediated response. The humoral response involves B lymphocytes. Some types of B lymphocytes that we'll be looking into further into the immune system playlist are plasma cells and memory B cells. Another name for plasma cells are B effector cells. We'll be looking at their function later. The other type of adaptive immune system is cell-mediated response, which involves T lymphocytes. Some types of T lymphocytes are effector helpers T cells, memory helper T cells, cytotoxic T cells, and suppressor T cells. And we also did a quick review about the innate non-specific immune system, about what we discussed in the previous video: stomach acid, skin, mucous membranes, phagocytes such as dendritic cells, macrophages, and neutrophils, inflammation, and we also added in a few other innate/non-specific immune system factors that we didn't talk about in our innate immune system video, such as eosinophils, basophils involved in allergic and parasitic situations, right? And mast cells that can increase inflammation, right, to the site of area wherever the histamine is released, right? So the mast cells can release histamine, right, and heparin, but histamine is the main one. That can further increase inflammation. And we have natural killer cells that can target cancerous and infected cells and destroy them. That's also part of the innate/non-specific immune system. All right, so that's it for this video. I really hope this video made sense to you guys. I hope to see you guys in my future videos where I'll talk about more cool topics about biochem, physics, and chem. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, like, and subscribe. See you guys later, and stay safe.